Hi, hello, is this Nathan?
Yes, boss.
Hey Nathan, this is Tommy Bryson. How can I help?
How you doing?
Doing good, bro. And by the way, the call is gonna be recorded and potentially uploaded, okay? So how can I help?
Oh, I already know. I watch all your videos. I watch all your stuff. You're one of the people that inspire me to do a lot of things.
Awesome,
Um,
bro.
I just wanted to get into with you about my situation. My situation is kind of similar. I just got done watching one of your videos, the 3 steps of financial to upgrade your finances and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So me personally, um, I'm following your lead, as in, I got a car that's I paid because I was in debt before with my other car, so I had
Yeah.
to give it up or whatever, stuff like that. And then
Congrats.
my income, I work at Universal. I mean, we just got a raise to $15 an hour,
Okay.
so I got a SR22 I have to pay, which is like ranges from $80 to 90. My mom, I live with my mom. She charges me. I pay the water softener, and I pay the light bill, but well, the tax on light bill because we got solar panels. So I pay that, which is that around is a total of 160 a month. And I
Mm-hmm.
have my phone bill. It's more expensive because I just got a new one. And just like your video said, get like a prepaid phone. But it was
Yeah.
already too late. I already bought the phone, so the phone's like 200 because I bought an iPad as well for my reading and stuff like that. And then
Mm-hmm.
my car insurance is like 186. So I tallied that up to like almost I would say 1,500 a month. I think I don't remember exactly.
Okay. How much money do you make per month?
About 25.
All right. Thanks, Nathan. Um, the main thing, by the way, Nathan, thank you for being a subscriber and for being like a supporter and all that stuff. I really appreciate it. Um, the main thing is you have something called, for example, like a bare bone budget, right? That basically
Mhm.
means a budget that takes care of only your necessities while you're trying to build wealth and kind of like get financial freedom. So I recommend you put your expenses into these four categories. You have shelter, utilities, groceries, and transportation. Those are the four
Mhm.
main ones here. Now, what it sounds like to me right now is my name is Nathan. How old are you, by the way, Nathan?
I'm 21.
Congratulations. And you make a good amount of money for your age. So I'm 21 years old. I make
Mhm.
$2,500. I sent my car back. Now you bought a car for cash, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I be having like not problems, but like little mishaps here and there. Like, I have to get my alternator fixed. That's money I've been pulling out, but I've been starting to work on my $1,000 savings because I
Yeah.
had it, but I had to restart because, well, like you said, once you give up, the car, you just let it go, you restart.
Yeah.
So I had to restart and stuff like that. So
Let me
yeah.
ask you a question. When you bought that car, what was your process? Not the old car, the new car, the used car that you bought right now that had a problem with the
Mhm.
alternator. What was your process when you bought that car? How much did you pay for it and all that stuff? Tell me about that.
Okay, I paid $3,000 for it. It's a
Mm-hmm.
2007 Nissan Altima. It's gray. Well, my process was with the pandemic and stuff like that, Universal was shut down, so I had like buckled down. I don't eat out like I used to. I had like now I eat noodles and stuff like that, and like
Mm-hmm.
I go half and half with my lady friend. We eat and stuff, but most of the
Mm-hmm.
time, like I eat noodles or my mom cooks, so I eat
Mm-hmm.
that, or I take food home from work. So it's like
Okay.
I have ways for me to do it. So what I saved 100 every check, or as much as I could save, and still
Okay.
pay my bills at home at the same time. So
Okay.
I know how to budget. I know how to save. It's just
What you
with
want
these
to do
minor
is
problems. Like,
it's not just about budgeting, it's about creating a system. That's the most important thing. Because
okay.
when you're trying to like manage, when you get paid and you're trying to like manage things here and there, that's when it gets confusing. You want to create a system. So you have the expenses that you're going to be spending money on, those four main ones, and that's about it.
Mhm.
So when you get paid like what, like $500-$700 per week.
Yes.
So when you get paid that money, first thing you do is pay your mom. 160 gone right there. You pay all your expenses right then and there that you're actually going to need. And then, for example, as far as food, the budget I always give everyone is around usually like $200 per month because I don't want you to be 21 saving money and then be 30 with diabetes eating noodles, right? I want you to be safe. So that means like $200 gives you a lot of chicken breasts, a lot of rice, a lot of beans, everything you actually need to have like a good nutrition. So that's awesome. Now, the big question is this probably will not be the last time you buy a car. So when you buy a car, right, just make sure you take it, for example, to Advanced Auto Parts or to a mechanic. You pay them that $75 to verify that the car checks out fully, because most likely you could have found out about the alternator if you took it to a mechanic to actually tell you about those little
Okay.
things. Okay. Now
Okay.
we have a budget for you. It's called the bare bone budget. You know exactly how much you're gonna spend: shelter, utilities, groceries, and lastly, transportation. In your case, transportation is just insurance and maintenance of the car. Then you have, for
Mhm.
example, shelter is very low for you. Utilities are very low. Now, one big thing is, if I were you, bro, and that iPad whole situation, I would potentially just sell the iPad, sell the phone, take my money back, pay the company, and then cancel my contract, and then just go over to another phone bill. Because if they're charging you more than 70 to 80 to $100 just for you, it's too expensive. Like I made a video, I don't know if it's out yet, where I found phone bills that cost between $10 to $30 for fully unlimited plans.
No, I ain't
So
see that one. I watch
yeah,
all your videos, so
yeah,
I
that
would have
video's coming
known.
soon, bro. That video's coming soon. So it's kind of like, I'll tell you now though, you can check out Mint Mobile. It offers like unlimited plan fully at $30 per month. The only thing is you gotta pay 3 months ahead. And that's a pretty good company. They use the same towers as T-Mobile, so you won't have any like crazy cut in service. And they have like a bunch of other ones. I made like a 10 options, so you should find it there. But if you can lower that, that'll be great. That way you don't spend that money there. Now the steps are: you save that $1,000 for emergency first in case anything goes wrong. And then the rest of your money that you have left over from your budget, you use all that money towards paying off your debt. Now, in your case, Nathan, right? You have any debt, credit card debt, personal loan debt, any of that stuff?
No, I paid all my credit card debt in full.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so I paid all that in full. Right now, I got a couple of debts. I owe people a couple of dollars, not nothing crazy.
Hmm.
The most debt I owe is like $600, but I'm gonna pay that in one shot, and then I won't have no debt.
All right. So one thing I've learned is a lot of times we overwhelm problems by trying to like just fix them really quickly, very fast. All right. If
Hmm.
you owe someone money and you're waiting until you got all the money together, you probably won't ever have all the money together. What I'll recommend is whenever you get paid again, right? If you get paid a check for $500 and you know, hey, half of my check is going to expenses, take half, put it aside for that. The other half you put it towards your emergency fund, five until you actually like $1,000. But the rest of the money, once you have that $1,000 for emergency funds, you grab it and you start paying it towards your expenses. I mean your debt that you actually have right now. So you pay those people, whether you have $200 or $100. You send it over, be like, hey, this is what I got this week. Here, 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 here. By the end of the month, you're fully done. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's the first step. $1,000 for emergencies, and then you pay off your debts using the avalanche method. Whichever one is charging you the most interest. In your case, no one's charging you interest, right? Or they charging you interest.
No, nobody's charging me interest.
Yeah, so you pay them, and when you pay them, you say thank you because they did you a favor. Always, you smile, you say
Yeah.
thank you, I appreciate it, and I will try my best never to need your money again, and that's gonna be awesome. Okay, and then the second step is going to be to save 3 to 6 months worth of emergencies. That's second step. So right now, the good thing is that your expenses are very low, so you can save up that money very quickly. Like 3 to 6 months, you're gonna have that money there, and then you save, for example, $1,000 to $2,000 for your car on the side, because if something else goes wrong with that car, you might have to get it checked out. You might need to get it checked out. So have that money on the side in case anything does go wrong, and make sure you get like a full checkup on it to make sure everything is good. Like when you went to
Yeah,
get the
that's what I'm
alternator
working
change,
on
what they
after
said
this.
to you?
The oil change, my oil change, everything is pretty good with the car. The car is it runs pretty well. It doesn't have that much mileage on it, surprisingly.
Mm-hmm.
It's just little things popped up here and there, but I mean, I feel like when you work and stuff like that, you're able to do what you need to do, exactly what you need to do. As long as you do stuff on time with the car, it should
Mm-hmm.
be fine. So yeah, I'm gonna fix the alternator, then I'm gonna do a full tune up, and then I'm gonna go to Nissan and actually get them to check it out, because they're for them to check out the car is like $75, like you said. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Get it fully checked out. That way you know exactly what to prepare for. I'll probably get it fully checked out before I do the tune-up. So once you fix, maybe does it still run right now? Is it still running or is it not running?
Yeah, it still
Then
runs.
take it to Nissan now. You take it to Nissan. You find out, hey, what's fully wrong with this car? I know the alternator has a problem with it, but what else is wrong with it potentially? And usually those dealerships tend to be a little bit more honest with you since they're like the official brand than sometimes a mechanic would. Because sometimes a mechanic would be like, oh, everything's wrong here. The tires needs fixing, the brakes need fixing. They invent every single problem. But sometimes the official brand would be a little bit more honest with you.
Okay.
All right.
I have a question for you. So how can you always talk about wrath rate. I'm I'm young, so I kind of don't know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to learn that. It was crazy before your video came out before your video yesterday came out. 2 days ago, my mom actually showed me the 401k plan. I had a 401k with Chipotle, but I don't know what happened to it.
Yo, Chipotle is a fire company to work for.
Yeah, so I have that one, but I don't know how to get in tune with it. And then I have I don't know if I still have the one with Universal because I'm part-time, but I work full-time hours. So I was going to sign up and see if I could look into it and see how that works. And I don't know how to start my own, like, Wrath rate. Because you was talking about that. That's another reason, another thing I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay. So you want to talk to Universal and ask them, what are my options when it comes to a 401k? And ask them, do we offer a Roth 401k? If they tell you, hey, we offer a Roth 401k, you pick that one. And then the second question is, hey, do you guys do a company match for me, like invest in money? Because it is a big company, most likely they'll probably say yes. If they do offer you a match, say like, okay, how much do I have to invest to take advantage of the full match? If it's just 5% of your salary, you say, well, I want to max it out. But you only do that once you're debt free, once you have your emergency account, because those are your priorities. Because if Universal fires you today, it does not matter how much of an investment. It matters if you're able to take care of yourself while you're unemployed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you ask him those questions right there. Okay, what are my options for my 401k? They'll give you all the information. You say, I want to sign up. If you're debt free, have an emergency account. Say, I want you guys to take that same amount of money that I need to max it out every single time I get paid. That way I can max it out fully. Okay. Now, whatever money is left over, because you should only be investing between 10 to 20% of your money, for example, initially. Whatever money is left over, you can grab that money, you can put it into a Roth IRA. Tell me, what's a Roth IRA? How do I invest into it? Where do I invest into it? The company I use is M1 Finance. So in all of my videos, you see a link in the description, like saying M1 Finance. When you click that link, it is a referral link, but when you click it, most importantly, it tells you exactly what I invest my money into. If you want to open up a Roth IRA with Fidelity or Schwab's or Vanguard, you can copy those investments over there also. But if you want to invest with M1 Finance, you can just click invest into this portfolio and open up a Roth IRA with them, and they allow you to. The thing is, when you have a Roth IRA, you're limited to $6,000 per year in investments. That's around $500. In your case, you're probably not going to max it out fully. That's fine. So step one, find out Universal. What are my options for my 401k plan? If they tell you we do a match, say I want to match the max and put that money into my Roth 401k into this portfolio. Great. And then if any money is left over, you put that money into your Roth IRA. A Roth IRA, by the way, is an individual retirement plan. It's like for you. The 401k is usually like the employer trying to help you with stuff. That's the big difference there. One is employer, one is just you as an individual person. You open the Roth IRA with M1 Finance and you start investing in there automatically. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, but don't forget, right? You gotta pick the investments. So, because if you just send money over there to the Roth IRA, it's not gonna be doing anything. You actually gotta, it's like an account, and then in the account, you gotta pick the investments and you gotta put money into them. You gotta actually buy the investments, okay?
Okay. What about because I have stash in ACORN, I use those as well to like, save my money and put my money away and actually invest. And it doesn't cost me that much. Like $5 a month and it puts it in there for me automatically.
$5 per month is $60 per year, if I'm not mistaken. And the big problem is, okay, first of all, don't invest because you're in debt right now. So pay off the debt first, obviously. But once you're debt free, if you've been watching for a while, I used to use ACORNs. I stopped using them because the problem is that they have too much control. So it means whatever portfolio you have right now with ACORNs, they could turn around and basically flip it on you and then pick something else and then switch everything over. which means you're going to have to sell your investments and then use that money to rebuy something else, which means you're going to incur fees and also incur taxes. And that's not what you want. You want basically long term. So what I did was I picked the same portfolio I had in Acorns, the original one, the one I loved the most, and I transferred that portfolio over to M1 Finance. You can do that with the Roth IRA or a taxable account. Now I just invest money in there. Now $5 versus free is a lot better in my opinion. I'd rather do free, same thing, more control, everything I need, but I don't pay nobody no money. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You said M1 Finance?
Yeah, M1 Finance. When you click the link in the description, in the description box, you should see exactly M1 Finance, and then you'll see exactly what I invest into exactly. It's called a moderately aggressive portfolio where it's 80% stock ETFs and then 20% bonds.
Okay.
All right. Do you know what bonds and ETFs are and stock ETFs are?
Not necessarily. I've heard the terminologies, but I never really knew exactly what they meant.
Okay. So bonds, when you hear bonds, think about like you're lending somebody money. In this case, you're lending corporations or the government money. That's what it means. Like you're bonded to me. Like if I lend you money, that's in a way, if it's kind of like you're buying somebody else's debt or you're lending a company money. That's what a bond is. When you're investing into an ETF, it's an exchange traded fund. So it's a fund that's being traded in the market. So meaning the price fluctuates back and forth because there's a lot of demand and supply for it. But that fund can be tracking, for example, an index fund, right? And an index fund just basically spits out one price per day. That's the big difference there. So when you put your money, for example, into an ETF that tracks, for example, a stock-based index fund, that might mean, for example, you ever heard about the S&P 500?
The racing?
You ever heard about the S&P 500? S&P 500?
No.
Okay, S&P 500, when you get into investing, you hear about it a lot. Is basically the Standard & Poor's. And the idea is you're going to invest into the 500 largest companies in the US market. So that way, instead of trying to pick a company, you own the whole 500 of them. So if one drops, doesn't matter, another one moves in. It's the difference between having, for example, one egg or, for example, just owning the whole basket of eggs. So that way you take on less risk. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So one thing I want to make sure we do, Nathan, is that you leave this this call with some action steps. So do you know what to do next?
Basically pay off my debts and keep doing what I'm doing, like save up my $1,000, and then also just try to lower my phone bill as well, and get the car fully checked, and then I should be on a roll.
One question. You work at Universal. Is that what you want to do, like long term?
No, not necessarily. I actually want to keep doing get into YouTube. Well, I'm working on it right now. And also me personally, I just want to help like people and kids and stuff like that. But I also want to be I also wanted to do the Forex route, but I don't know if that's something I'm really passionate about. But I really like making videos and stuff like that. And I just like talking to people and making money. That's it. So I don't know
so it sounds
exactly
like
what plan.
It sounds like you want to help people and also get paid what your time is worth, right?
Yes.
So my advice would be, once you're done paying off this debt, which should not take you more than a month or 2 months because you happen to have like very low expenses, the answer is, once you're done building up the emergency account and all that stuff, you can decide to say, hey, because I'm in this position right now, I'll invest like 10-20%, but the rest of the money, I'm going to go ahead and start investing into myself. Now, that might mean, for example, like getting a career that you're interested in, or getting a license, getting a trade job. The goal is to find something that you like, you're good at, and it's going to make you money. Now, the problem with Forex trading is that it involves a lot of unknowns because you're basically trading currency. And how do you know what's going to happen? How do you have a good day? You just don't know. It's just a lot of things going on. And the big problem is that a lot of the people that put you on, they make money by selling you the course, and they don't actually make money by doing Forex trading because it's that complicated. So I would make a list right, of the 10 careers that you are most interested in, right? And I would find out everything about those companies. I mean, those careers, right? So find out all the details, like what skills do I need? How much are they gonna pay? How am I helping people? Am I actually gonna like this? Like how long is it gonna take me to actually become this person? Blah, 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 blah. All the details, the pros and cons, everything. And then you cross off until you have, for example, the top 3. Once you have the top 3, you pick the one you're most interested in. The one's gonna pay you the most, the one that you're most happy with, and the one that you're actually going to be good at. And then you pick that one and you go after it. The other 2, you just ignore it because there's just going to be distractions. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then you spend the money that you have left over after you're done investing on getting that career. For example, if you're going to go to college and it's going to cost you X amount of money per month, you start using that money plus your scholarships plus everything possible to pay it off. So that way when you graduate, you're 100% debt free. It doesn't have to be college. It could be a trade job, it could be a license, it could be whatever you want to be. But the point is, you want to make sure that in 2, 3, 4 years, you're making at least between 50,000 to 60K doing something you like and you enjoy. And that'll give you a lot more income to play with.
Okay, heard that.
All right, brother? But I'll probably avoid the whole Forex trading thing for right now.
You say what?
I'll probably avoid the whole Forex trading if I was just me personally.
Okay.
All right.
I've been avoiding it actually. I've been just focusing on like working, saving, cause like with your videos, it keeps me like motivated, as in a sense of when I'm coming in, cause I come in early in the morning. I probably like early. I watch your videos like 2 or 3 times. Like half of the stuff I wish I could show you. Like all the stuff that you talk about, I write it down. Like that's why I bought. When you was talking about the iPad versus the Kindle, and I already have my iPad, so I use it to for stuff to make me money. That's why the main reason why I got it. So like it's not harming in a sense. Like whatever I make, it helps me pay the iPad off. You know what I'm saying?
If you don't want to sell the iPad, just pay it off. And once it's paid off and the phone is paid off, then you got those 2 bills off of you, and then you can just say, hey, I want to unlock them. They have to unlock it for you because you paid it off. What company do you use, by the way? Verizon? AT&T?
Yeah, Verizon.
Yeah, so once you pay them off, you say, hey, I wanna unlock these devices. They should be able to. Contact them first. And then basically you just can transfer over to a company that's going to charge you that much money at all. Because most of the time you're either on Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah.
So why pay somebody so much money to have like unlimited data? Like how much you pay a month? Like 70? 110?
My phone?
Everything.
Well, since I'm paying it off, I'm paying like 200.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, I know, but I pay everything in full because I work so much. So like everything is just I pay my bills in the first 2 months, first 2 weeks of the month, and then the rest of the money I save and put towards my debts and stuff like that. And then I also have, because I'm just referring to everything I learned from you. I have another account. It's an online account. And I have the card. I cut the card up. I have money just going into that when I get paid. So it's Chime. I get paid on Wednesday. So I let that money just ride out just for like whatever. So I don't even look at that account. I just get the money I separated. Boom. That's just in case something happens. And then I have my savings for my other bank, which is Region, and then I have my other bank, which is Fifth Third. That's my other bank that I have savings in. So it's like I have different avenues where I don't, you know what I'm saying? I can do whatever I need to do. I'm not really stuck in a place where I don't know.
How much cash do you have right now?
On me?
Yeah.
Or like I don't keep cash actually.
No, not like on you physically. Like how much money do you have like overall right now?
Right now I have about like 1,000 some
okay,
change.
Yeah, 1,000. So that's
but
good.
It's all split up in different places.
Okay, don't do that. Don't do that anymore, right? You gotta make sure all your money has a name, right? So if you're gonna use a Chime account just for savings and just for emergencies, just use that account, right? That's all it's for right there. So send that $1,000, collect it all from all the accounts and send it to Chime and have that money there. Actually, I wouldn't have it there because you get paid through Chime, so you might be tempted to transfer that money out. So I'd probably use, for example, either the other accounts you have and just put that money in there just for emergencies. Then you use the
Mhm.
avalanche method, right? Meaning pay the debt with the highest APR. The company is probably not charging you any money at all, the Verizon company, because basically they just want to have you there for like a long time, like 24 months. And then, for example, the people that you have to borrow money from, they're not charging you interest either. So pay the debt in this case that you owe to people first. Pay that off first.
Mhm.
Boom, done. The rest of the money, put it towards your Verizon and finish it off very quickly, very fast. Does that make sense? And then once you're done there,
Yeah.
switch Verizon. Verizon has great quality, but is at way too much a premium. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. I'm just
That-
waiting for that video to drop so I can see which ones I need to pick.
yeah. But yeah, exactly. It should be. I think it's coming out today or tomorrow. But yeah, you should be good,
Okay.
man. You're doing great. Just make sure all your money has a job. Remember, money has 6 jobs. You have emergencies. So have one bank account, take care of that, whether it's the Regions Bank or whatever other bank you have. $1,000 to get it started. You have investments right now. Just set things up. So just invest like 1% of your income. That's it, because you just get it started. You have debt payments. That's around 20 to 40% of all your income should be going towards debt. That way you're done with that as fast as possible, and you don't got to worry about paying anybody any money anymore. And stop borrowing people's money. Don't do it anymore. And then you have
Yeah, I'm down
expenses.
with that.
Yeah, expenses,
Mhm.
keep them low. Since you're living with your mom right now, you can keep them below like 30% or 40%. That way you can save a lot more money. You have fun, just 1 to 5%. I know you have like a lady friend, so just don't go too crazy. Just set aside like $50 per month, have some like fun dates and so on. Not everything requires a lot of money. Then you have charity, like 1% also. And that's about it. But those are the 6 jobs for money. And most of them can be automated because you need one account for emergencies. The investment account you don't need because basically it can be done automatically for you. Then, for example, debt payments, you just do those things automatically. So right out of chime, you have that money being sent to the people that you actually owe. That way you're done with that. And then when we have expenses, you grab that money ASAP, you pay off all your expenses right then and there. That way you're done. The fun account, put that in a separate account so that way you don't confuse your need money with your want money. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And the charity you want to pick into, whether it's whatever charity you want to do, just 1% of your income, you can just have that charity take the money automatically from your Chime account also. That way everything is done for you automatically. You want a system in place.
Okay. I have a question. Is there any way, like, because I'm in your Discord group, but I don't know if you're, like, active in it, but is there any way, like, I could do updates with you? So, like, is there any way, like, I could keep up with you? Because I know you're busy and stuff like that, but is there any way, like, I could keep up with you and, like, have, like, if I have any questions about the videos and stuff like that, I could hit you up, or, like, because I emailed you and I DM'd you, but I didn't get no response, so I was just okay, cool.
The best way is going to be either you schedule a call. I'll give you a call directly. I think I wasn't making calls. I think 2 weeks ago because I just moved to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, because you was moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can either schedule a call or you can join the Patreon. And then Patreon, you can always have like a number that I use, and you can just text me there directly, and I can respond to you whenever you have a problem. But if you don't have the cash for that stuff, because right now you're in debt, that's fine. Just schedule a call whenever you have, for example, like some questions and so on, and I'll be able to talk to you. Okay.
Okay, yeah, because I want to be able to keep up, because I be having questions sometimes about, like, you know, what you be saying, and is like no way to get in contact with you. So I'm like, okay, cool, I'll just figure it out. But most of the time, it gets answered in the next video, or like I'll end up figuring it out.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, brother. Well, thank you so much, Nathan. Appreciate this call. Welcome to the long-term team. Although you've been a member for a while, I appreciate you a ton, bro. And again, these calls are not like a one-time thing, so you can feel free to schedule another call when you're ready. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Peace out, brother. Have fun.
All right, peace out. You too.
All right, guys, so that right there was Nathan, long-term subscriber, long-term watcher. Appreciate you guys a ton. And the answer is usually taking things step by step. You know, one thing I'm trying to do with all my videos these days is to have you guys take action. You know, there's a lot of theories, it's a lot of things I can say over and over and over again, but it's like, what happens after you hang up the phone? What happens after you're done watching this video? What step are you going to take? That's my job. That's what I want. I want to make sure after every video, you have steps to actually take to actually help you in some way. That's my job, okay guys? I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. On top of that, if you guys want to join me on my next call and talk to me directly right here like Nathan did, well, feel free to do so. I have a link down below. Schedule a free call. I'll give you a call directly from Monday to Friday for like around 30 minutes or so. Thanks for watching. As always, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified. And if you want to watch more content like this, here's a video right here. Click my face right here and follow me on Instagram right here. Thanks for watching. Peace out.